Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is episode 98. So freaking close to 100 turns. Episode 98. This is turn 98. doing too many different things. Let's jump into the turn. See how it goes. This is a relatively big one. We've got a couple of different battles for ourselves. So, see how it goes. Starting off, we have completed Construction 9. Now we are on our way to Thaumaturgy 9. Peacework 9 was attacked. Got no defenses, so we're not gonna bother being coy. So she's attacked, dies, and we can see once again, 1, 2, 3 times our god is attacked in a fucking turn. At least that means we know he lived the first 2 times. But what happens? Oh, God damn it. Alright, Kurgi, slave to unreason. Right. Not a whole lot of people here, so Iron Warriors comes up. Astral... Oh, no. Kurgi's using Astral Shield. Body Ethereal comes up. There's an enslaved mind. Goodness. Strength of Gaia comes up. We've got Light of the Northern Star, which is actually, that puts us up to 6, and that puts him up to 11, so it doesn't really matter. I was gonna say, because, you can't, I don't think there is a cap on magic level in this game. You can actually go up. I'm sure there is some sort of cap, but 10 is not it. So you can keep going up. Very interesting. Paralyze spam. We're smacking things, trying to smack things. Trying to smack things? Are we trying to smack things? Okay. Oh my goodness. We walk in and immediately just smack that bitch in the blob. Cool. Smack that bitch in the blob again. And we do some chunky damage. Oh, Astral Geyser. Great. We're even more horror marked. Fantastic. Time stop. Will of the Fates. Oh, Will of the Fates is not going to be pleasant. Fortunately, Kurgi does not have regeneration. And we are able to just slap that guy. Very nice. He did not pull the fucking Magic Duel card. I am hoping, right, that he's not using Magic Duel because he sees that the AI sees, oh, this thing has a very high astral magic, even though I have higher. I shouldn't Magic Duel it. That's a bad idea. That's the hope. I don't know that that's actually the case, though. Next fight. It's fucking Rarku again. And we only have the one bodyguard this time. So probably not going to work out for the bodyguards. Oop. Strength of Gaia, Astral Shield, Paralyze. We tried to get frisky. Okay. Both doing a whole lot of nothing. Cool. Oh. Fortunately, I heal for a metric shit ton. Also, now I'm berserk, so that's nice. And the only way he hooks heals is through his life drain. So he's not healing as much per se. Granted, we're not hitting very frequently, which is a problem. Oh, we got a paralyze off on him and then smacked him twice. That's pretty good. I like how he's routed, but he's not actually routing. That annoys the piss out of me. He's healing back up because we're not able to hit him. Not good. Did he deuce? He deuced! Alright, so we just kind of like won that out of sheer you can't kill me, na boo boo. Okay. Arakiel the Grigory has claimed the Golden Throne. Did some Voice of Apsu, found nothing. Gnome Lore found nothing. We summoned a Flame Spirit and then got attacked. Flame 1 got attacked. Let's see how Flame 1 does. It is a horror, full-on horror. Whole lot of... Ooh, okay, so we got a lot of bodyguards in. That's good. Got a Fire Elemental in immediately. That's also good. Oh, and he just got popped. He just got popped. Very nice. Voice of Apsu, Gnome Lore, Voice of Apsu, Auspex, Gnome Lore, nothing. We summoned some Kusarikus. Auspex found nothing. We got 21 good blood slaves in Tesiphon. Okay. Leper Love was attacked. Let's watch this one. This one is another horror, and this one goes super not good. He blinks onto us immediately instead of onto the bodyguards. Blinks again. And boom. Leper Love is dead. Alright, fortunately, Leper Love is immortal, so as long as he's not getting soul slayed, we're okay. Gala 43 was attacked. She has no defense, so she's gonna die. And then Nazar II was attacked again. Let's see if he wins this time. It's against horror. Like how we're just like, oh, it's a horror. Whatever. Like, of the things, watch this be the one that kills him. We really only need to hit him like once or twice, though, because of how hard we hit. We are actually... Our stats are abysmal now, because at this point, Nazar II has a chest wound, is crippled, and has a never-healing wound. So, very, very unfortunate. Hey, we win. Okay, so Nazar II survives another turn. We've got some really big battles. We can see clearly, right? There's a battle in Mictlan, and then there is a battle in the Fortress of Mictlan. So apparently we win this battle in Mictlan. But the question is, how big of a battle was it outside of Mictlan? So let's check. The answer is this is a pretty big fucking battle. So, did we win handily, or was it a Pyrrhic victory? Etc., blah, 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 blah. What's going on? Let's watch a big kind of overview, and then we'll watch and go through a couple of little things. I swear I turned that off. Close that. Want that. I'm having to work from home today, so... Alright, he immediately Fog Warriors, his Ozelotls fall down on the back of us, and you can see the line that they fall on is almost immediately vaporized, because our buffs are not as quick as his. We do get Demon Cleansing up, and he gets Grip of Winter up, gets Blood Rain up, we get Relief up. The Ozelotls fly again, and you can see Infernal Prison coming down on a number of different individuals. It's like, holy shit. We've got an Oniki in the back that's all decked out, ready to come get some peeps with some Serpent Chris's. Interesting. Got all of the poison. Our... Howl comes out, and you can see our army of lead has gone up. Our Fog Warriors goes up, I was about to say. But there are, our Mass Regeneration is up, our Gaia's Blessing is up, our Will of the Fates is up. I wish all of these things were actually shown, but they're technically not all battlefield enchantments. Anyways, you might noticeably see something missing, and that's Storm. Storm is not here. And that's because I guess... So I know our Stormcaster ended up just casting Mist Form. And so you're going to see a severe lack of Thunder Strikes. You're going to see a severe lack of Air Elementals. We still have a whole lot of Water Elementals, right? We still have a couple of Earth Elementals that come out. And we win this basically because of Demon Cleansing and high protection in Fog Warriors and Blade Wind. So watch these Blade Winds come out from the Earth Gurus. They just wholly massacre chunks of these Ocelotls, right? Because every single blade is doing double damage. And it is an intense amount of damage that comes out. Our air elementals do well, or our water elementals do well in helping. Just watch this. Just, oh my goodness, so much damage. And then we start to move into. We can see Mists of Deception does eventually come out. And then we start to move into things like what's it called? Stellar? No, not. Final Rest. So our Ishibs basically just start spamming out holy spells against the demons. And that's good, right? So I'm not sure. In setting up the scripts, it shows that a 2, right? So Storm is a 4 air, 1 gem. So it shows that in scripting, it shows that a 2-aired Gudu can cast Storm by basically using 3 gems, I think. One gem to go up to level 3, another gem to go up to level 4, and then the 3rd gem to cast the spell. That's my understanding, and that's probably wrong. Obviously, it's wrong, because the Gudu never did that. Not having Storm up means that these Ocelotls continue to fly, which is a nuisance. But also, specifically, not having Storm up means that none of our Air Gudus get their Storm power, which means none of the Thunderstrike spam or the Air Elemental spam that we had planned. And now the Air Elementals aren't going to do much against the Ocelotls, for example, or even the Jaguar Warriors, right? Because they have such high resistance. But getting in here and messing around with... they're probably not going to hurt the Tlalocles or anything like that. But they're going to get in the back and disrupt people, is the idea. So we win this almost entirely off of the back of Demon Cleansing, truth be told. So, and most of what our air Gudus are doing is, you can see, they actually spend a large amount of time spamming out false fetters. We can watch this Oniki, who's kind of scary. He's gonna close here in a second, right? Just chunking people. Chunking. He closes, all right? He's next to 6 Inkidus. Just gets pop. Now there is a bit of an issue here, right? Obviously, because we have so many individuals on guard, and because we don't have as many elementals out as we kind of anticipated, we are having to sit here and do a whole lot of tanking. Fortunately, the battle is relatively in our favor, and we are eventually able to rout the enemy. Did the Goat Son die here? I don't know if the Goat Son actually died here or if he ran. We can check. All right, so that's kind of the big overview. It's so hard to see when like Fog Warriors and Mists of Deception and Natural Rain and all that shit comes out. It's so hard to see from a high overview, right? But I wanna show those types of views. So let's take a look at the actual losses, right? That was 474 against 370, so about 100 over us. We killed 413 units. We only lost 107. Most of those losses were in the initial salvo by the Ocelotls, and we'll actually take a look at that. Basically, when the Ocelotls landed, they killed our entire back line of spear guards and anything else that they landed on. Because at that point, we didn't have really any buffs out. Because they were in the air and they had no hold and attack or anything like that. They were in the air and they landed before our army of lead hit. And there's almost nothing we can do about that except potentially get to the point to where we have like faster casting crowns on. And even then, it's going to be real close, right? So let's watch this again. Let's take a second look, right? We did kill the Goat Son, all right? So that's a Demon Lord down. We killed 2 of the 8 High Priests, 1 Mictlan Priest, 3 of the 6 Moon Priests, 3 of the 5 Nahualis. We killed the Oniki that they had there. Didn't kill the Priest King. Did not kill, importantly, did not kill their god. Smoking Mirror is still up. Did not kill the Q of the East, but did get the West. Killed 4 turkeys. Killed most of their Jaguar warriors. Almost all of their Ocelotls. Almost all of their Beast Bats. Very good. We lost a scout because I stupidly sent my scouts into the battle accidentally. I fucked that scripting up last turn. And we lost a single Ishib. We also lost, again, about 80. We lost 85 spear guards, so that's a good portion of our infantry gone, which is dangerous. We don't have that much in the way of infantry, and that's a problem. That was, I think we were going to lose about this much. We were probably going to lose about 60 to 80 on the drop regardless, but we could have lost less if Storm had gone up. And the air elementals had gone out, and our Thunderstrike had gone out. So that's a little unfortunate. Let's watch again and look at a few specific details. So I want you guys to be able to see this back line get dropped as the Ocelotls land. Okay, so we see where we have individuals. Okay. And we basically, so you can see just the row of red numbers that goes all the way around, right? And that's where people were standing. That entire back row, the half moon all around our, and honestly a couple in the front, all just drop. On basically turn 1. And then a lot of our buffs come up. So now, actually, nope, we still don't have it. We're about to, though. I think we have it before the second fall. Nope, it doesn't look like it. There, okay, here we go. So now we have Army of Lead. Now we have Mass Regeneration. Now we have Gaia's Blessing, etc. So this is where all of the dying begins to kind of stop. It's not an immediate stop, obviously, but it begins to kind of stop. So another big thing that happens, you might have noticed, it didn't say that Cromna died in the battle, but she also only killed one thing, and that was a blood slave, as a heads up. So what happens with Cromna? Because Cromna's wielding a Holy Scourge, and she is supposed to do 3 times damage to undead, times another 2 because of demon cleansing, right? She was supposed to assassinate the shit out of some people. So she soul vortexes. She goes whoop, up into the air. Whoop. Okay, and she is gonna land down here, and she immediately kills some stuff. And then boom, she gets infernal prisoned. Now, to my understanding, I haven't done a lot of research or anything like this. This is just my assumption off the top of my head, which is probably wrong. But to my understanding, infernal prison, claws, or what is it? Infernal prison and claws of Cocytus, is that what it's called? Both of those, there's no saving throw, there's no resisting it, there's nothing. You get targeted with one of them, you go to either Cocytus or to the other one, Hell, basically, right? And that's that, right? Now, but the reason it doesn't say that Cromna is dead is, to my understanding, Cromna could make it back. Every turn, there's a chance that she comes back. But basically, in theory, she's fighting demons now. But Cromna's well equipped to fight demons, so there's actually a possibility that she comes back. I don't know how it works. I might do some research into it. But I'm relatively interested in keeping an eye out for that over the course of the next few days, or next few turns, right? So we actually get very lucky, by the way. There's a lot of stuff like Infernal Prison that comes out, but it targeted a whole bunch of individuals that just didn't matter. With our, you see Mist of Deception and How, you'll actually see repeatedly these little multi-threaded pink stuff all hit the same location. That's Infernal Prison, and they do that on a couple of guard or spear guards. They do that on a couple of wolves, right? They do that on a couple of phantasmal beasts, and it actually goes really well for us. I want to see when the Goat Son. Oh, they have damage reversal up, don't they? Or is that just him? I guess that's just him. So he's getting bombarded with final rests. I doubt that's what actually kills him, though. He's taking damage from something. Assuming maybe the Blade Winds are actually getting over to him. Ooh, yeah, I think some smites just came out targeting him. Absolutely. I think they just went to straight smiting him. Yeah, he's getting smoked. Holy shit, yeah. They just smote the shit out of him. Alright, cool. Awesome. That was a fun battle. Truth be told, that absolutely only went our way because of Demon Cleansing. Demon Cleansing, and this is why a lot of people consider water to be pretty weak outside of well, I say this. From what I see in the community, a lot of people seem to refer to water as kind of like a weaker element outside of very specific instances. Right? Some of those instances being some thugging, and obviously underwater combat. But there are a couple of really important things that you can do with water, one of them being Demon Cleansing. And legitimately, Demon Cleansing might be the one thing that helps me not get completely destroyed by Lanka. Probably still going to get completely destroyed by Lanka, but it might keep me from being completely destroyed by Lanka. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, anyways, that is that battle. We did good. Happy about that. Moving on. Let's go ahead and watch the other battle in Mictlan. So we attack. We storm the fort. There is a little posse here of Jaguar warriors, of Mictlan priests, etc. But there's not much here. Most of what he had was in the battle, and a lot of it that fled didn't flee inside the castle. So we are able to, again, we don't get like storm up or anything like that, but we are able to get demonic cleansing up. We are able to get some elementals out. And we are able to, I think, get Fog Warriors up. Maybe not. So no, we don't get much up. Unfortunate. Oh right. We default to our old favorite, where we spam Phantasmal Warrior and it kills our communion. Great. So this is a downside of the tactic that we are utilizing with all of the individuals on Guard Commander. Obviously, we would want a larger fighting force to where we could have enough people to guard commanders, but also 100, 200 units to actually move forward and fight. Alternatively, we have to rely on summons. So, in Mictlan, we are able to take the fortress, raise a temple. We get a couple of different items here, but it's not really a big deal. We don't walk away with anything that's just like, oh shit, that's a legendary item. That's real fucking dope. We just get a bunch of like Sanguine Dowsing Rods, some Lightless Lanterns, that type of stuff. And we lose 2 Spear Guard, but otherwise we are successful in annihilating the enemy. Great. And then we have a battle in Trackless Waste. So if you remember, Trackless Waste is where the other army, the one led by Pazuzu, was. Let's see how this goes for us. Now, I will say immediately off the bat, this army also faces the situation where I had a Gudu trying to cast Storm, and I'm assuming that just isn't possible. So this, unfortunately though, this scenario isn't as big of a deal because Pazuzu naturally casts Storm, and I think I was aware of that. That's why we shifted the formation to where we had less people on bodyguard duty. But this means that his Ocelotls aren't going to fly around. We are going to be able to march forward and meet him in kind of open combat, and that's going to be good for us. So we've got some... These guys are actually a problem. We've got some lightning coming in from the sheds, and you can see when they hit... Boom! 22 damage. Almost insta-kills this guy. And then does insta-kill whoever they hit back here. So those sheds are very dangerous. But now we've got a bunch more buffs up, right? We get some stuff going on. We've got Demon Cleansing. We've got Divine Channeling up. We've got Relief going up. We've got Howl. We've got some Air Elementals coming out. We've got Fog Warriors out. We've got our Protection or Army of Lead out. And watch this. Okay, so Pazuzu, another Demon Lord. Granted, these Demon Lords from Mictlan are not kitted out, right? It's not like we're going up against Hinam with their fully kitted, legendary geared Grigories. That's gonna be a fucking thing to deal with. But watch this guy. He lands, right? And goes blah blah. Boop boop. 48 and 52 damage. Fuck me. Right? We get a Mist of Deception out, Light of the Northern Star, and this army was prepared to face something a la what we just faced in Mictlan. We are facing significantly less than that, so we should roll over. Now, here is one of the problems. We didn't put up Storm. There was a Storm from Pazuzu. Now that Pazuzu is dead, that Storm is gone, which means that I guess it's kind of still in our favor because now we have Pegasus Riders that are flying around, but there was a moment where it was like, uh-oh, and Ocelotls were able to fly for a second. But we kind of just destroy this scenario. A lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And Divine Channeling, by the way... Ah, shit. Let's jump back into that battle real quick. Speed forward till we get to the point of Divine Channeling. So, keep in mind, Divine Channeling, right, makes all of our Gurus, right? They are all Priest 2s now. And all of our Ishibs should be Priest 3. Is that not how that works? Hmm. I might have to reread that ability. Maybe that's not how that works. I thought it just boosts everyone by 1, but it looks like the Ishibs have stayed at 2. What about my Incies? My Incies have stayed at 3, it seems. So is it just boosting the priest? Wait, are Gurus? Yeah, Gurus are priest 2, or priest 1 rather. So that's interesting. Okay, we'll check that here in a second. Trackless Waste, we lost a Spear Guard and 4 Pegasus Riders. We lost those, honestly, to the sheds at the beginning, right? We watched one of those Spear Guards, watched one of those Pegasus Riders die just to the lightning bolts from the sheds. I guess the 3 Pegasus Riders died and whatever. That's awesome. 402 versus 172. It reaches, of course, it reaches that threshold of we used too many resources, or else we probably would have had more casualties. However, again, I'm more okay using gem resources overly much rather than losing bodies. So that's a pretty big win for us. Okay, we've got other stuff. People leaving locations. People in Velvet Ocean throwing themselves into the Blood Vortex. That's the vortex in Mictlan, I guess? Probably. Alright. Lost income in Agartha. Got some nature gems in Flower Meadow Forest. Got Sloth in Gieta. Magic skills have gone around, I think, because of not because of the Golden Throne, I don't know why. And we still have a very deadly disease in Troll Peaks, but you might notice we don't have a disease report in Hall Woods. And I don't know if that's because we patrolled something out. Like, I didn't see an event trigger or anything like that. It might have just not happened this turn. I'm actually very curious as to maybe there's, maybe we're going to see some diseases pop up in other locations nearby, but I don't know. And there might be someone with like a Bane Venom Charm or something. It's possible, right? So, we shall see. All right. Big wins this turn against Mictlan in Mictlan and against Mictlan in Trackless Wastes. However, fucking curse, man. Fucking curse on goddamn everyone. However, we did not get Astral Corruption down. The Smoking Mirror is Mictlan's god, and he yet lives. We are immediately moving our army from Mictlan into High Woods. We're going to be reinforced by a couple of retreating units. We want Ozzy Osbourne dead. The Smoking Mirror must die. So, we will attack yet again, relentlessly to the point that we have to, until the Smoking Mirror dies or until we are no longer able to attack. But now we have to be prepared. We have to get prepared for what is coming. So all of this is just moving elders into locations. I'm not super interested in holding Mictlan or High Woods or Trottern, but this area I do kind of consider ours now, right? Ross, Range of Shadow, etc. Of course, right when the World War breaks out and we're fighting against Hinnom, we're fighting against Lanka, I don't anticipate holding this area. So as soon as this is done, I would like to just retreat my army back towards Carrion and Pangaea. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. This army might die for its accomplishment. As an adjustment, I have placed Storm into the rotation of the Communion, right? To make sure that it goes up, since it apparently has not been working just by its own. And just to reiterate, right? Again, like, wrong thing. Oh, evocation. So Storm is a level 4 spell, right? And it says, and it's probably that it just doesn't work this way, right? But it says that I can cast it, right? It's lit up. I have, maybe if I take off conservative spell use or gem use, right? I have enough to cast this storm according to the script. And my assumption, my understanding for that is 1 gem for 3, 2 second gem to go up to 4, and then the gem itself to do the storm. However, right, now that I'm thinking about it, it was also my understanding that you can't spend more gems than you have levels, right? So in theory, we should only be able to spend 2 gems, right? 1 to get up to 3, 1 to get up to 4, and then maybe the script is saying, and then you could cast Storm, but you can't cast Storm. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. Either way, that's weird. And just to counteract it, just to make sure that we do get Storm off, I have put Storm into the Communion. But that's, I don't know, that's some weird shit. This is kind of annoying. It shouldn't display that it's good to go if it's not gonna work. All right. Anyways, so we have replenished the gems on this army. Actually gonna put some more on a couple people. And we're going to attack into High Woods immediately. What else are we doing? We're continuing to move people around, reinforce in a number of different locations. But for the most part, that's actually it for this turn. We're reinforcing into we've got everyone back to researching in Trackless Wastes now that we've won there. And that research level is actually going to make us close on Thaumaturgy 9 pretty rapidly. We are casting Call Apkulu because again we're kind of at this point to where my god is getting attacked a crazy amount every single turn. Might as well do what we can. Actually, I'm gonna take the crystal coin off of him. I had put the crystal. We talked about this. I had put the crystal coin on there because I was like, it's if we do X, then if we try to fake out the AI to not cast Magic Duel, then maybe he'll live more. I think that's just a crapshoot. But I actually do think either more regeneration or more attack power is going to be important. We actually keep seeing him get into these battles and perform poorly because he has such low attack power. I'm thinking if we actually make him successful on his attacks more frequently, that he might have a better chance of bowling over some of these enemies. Anyways. So we're gonna cast Call Apkulu because he might be dead next turn. And if he is, I would like to have access to an arcane caster. Apkulu are going to be able to do that for me. We're basically just in that preparatory mode of as soon as Smoking Mirror dies, as soon as Astral Corruption goes down, we try to launch into a series of scenarios. Wow, words are really good. And that's what all of our recruitment has done. Again, we're amassing armies everywhere that we can, trying to protect key resources. I anticipate as soon as kind of like the truce is off, our space is going to get harried. We are going to get raided by 1,000 thugs. But as long as we can counter raid consistently and take a few turns to utilize our gem income and our stores, because we have pretty vast stores at this point, and get to a point to where we can kit out some thugs of our own, and then send them raiding, get things like Gift of Health up, and stuff like that. And I think we might be able to win a defensive game, right? We might be able to win the battle of attrition. I also plan to just, like, we've got some massive armies. I plan to stack up some of those massive armies and march them on places, right? March on Own, march on Sleepy Wolds. Because one of the key points that we have is we've got easy H3s. Now, granted, Hinnom with his Grigory definitely has easy H3s as well, but I don't think Lanka does, right? So if we have these big-ass armies, right, like we could march the Kailasan army on Rafabolia, right? We can march an army on White Forest. We can march an army from on Sleepy Wolds. We can march the Trackless Wastes army to Own. You know, so we have options to kind of just march armies at people. I don't know that those armies are gonna survive because there's so much shit that can kill us now. Oh goodness. But we'll see how it goes, right? We will absolutely see how it goes. Water is going to be incredibly important for us. You can see Earth is very, very low. Problem, fortunately, our death income is way higher than it probably needs to be. And we can try to translate some of that death into other stuff if need be. Anyways, that's going to be it for the turn. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.